Hi everyone, I am shooting this video to communicate some information about healing through long COVID. And when I say long COVID, doesn't mean that's what we're calling an immune crash of some kind after having COVID, even if it happens months later. I'm not sure if this helps with my story helps with vaccine reaction, but I'm sure a spike protein is a spike protein. So I'm just going to share what helped with me and what was wrong with me and what I've learned. So that way this information is useful for those who are seeking guidance in a very difficult, disabling health event. COVID, I had it. Now, in 2019, I was floxed by fluoroquinolone antibiotics, which is a whole other immune system chaotic situation. That was a nightmare. I healed through that, not officially. I'll do another video on how to heal through floxing. However, that left me immunocompromised through my gut microbiome, and I'm autoimmune already. I did not get vaccinated for COVID-19 because I knew it was not going to be good for me and that it would probably throw me into a storm that would be impossible for me to turn off for years. I did listen to myself. I'm glad I made the decision I made. I was confirmed by a very high up team of doctors, Stanford, UCLA, neurologists, and doctors that confirmed I should not be getting mRNA. But I had to deal with COVID, just me and my immune system. So what happened with me with COVID is I had it 3 times in a row, 2 times for sure testing positive. The first time I never tested positive, but I had all the symptoms as my friends did, and they were all positive. I had lingering issues. Every time I've had COVID, I've had inflammation, joint pain, nerve pain, fatigue. Every time I had it, I would have lingering issues, and I would clear it through working with a kinesiologist to get my body back to baseline. So I'd go through like an autoimmune storm afterwards. Well, I thought that was it, but that was not the case. After my 3rd infection, which was really mild, about 3 months later, completely crashed. I knew something was wrong with me. I thought I was having a relapse of old symptoms in 2019 from my other immune event. It disabled me. I woke up one day and I couldn't physically move. And there was a lot going on. And it was very scary. I couldn't work and I had to dissect what was going on with me. And obviously this was a level of long COVID. In my discovery of working with a kinesiologist, a neurologist, a GP, and a medical medium that I work with, we discovered I had Epstein-Barr activated for the 2nd time. It was activated the first time after my 2nd infection. And I was able to put it under, and this time it got activated again, and it was super high. It was like 600 out of 18. So I was in mid-infection, so I thought that was it, and that's why I couldn't physically move. I had neurological symptoms. I was heat intolerant. I had symptoms that mimicked POTS. Sleep apnea. My legs and my arms weren't circulating. Tons of gut issues, tons of neurological, spasms, fatigue, feeling like I was going to pass out, blood pressure issues. So yeah, POTS and, the symptoms of probably PEM were all happening. But really, the main culprit here was Epstein-Barr. So I thought there was more happening. B12 deficiency. So it took a lot for us to realize that I was severely B12 deficient. And when you're deficient in B12 at an extreme, you got a lot of issues. So it came out on my blood work that I had too much B12, but I was low on folate. That is an indication that you're having a deficiency because the B12 isn't being absorbed through your body, okay? So my recommendation is, even if you pull blood work and it looks okay, even if you're on the lower spectrum or you're super high, that could indicate a deficiency. So lots of people who are going through long COVID are iron deficient, vitamin D deficient. Listen, if your vitamin D level is under 30 or around 30, that's pretty low. I think that's a level of you're going to have symptoms. So you want to you want to check out your vitamin and mineral panel, because something like magnesium alone is in charge of 300 enzyme processes in your body, okay? Why was I B12 deficient? Which is really crazy for me because I've never had an issue with B12, and I've been very ill before and never had a B12 situation. I was deficient in B12 because COVID-19, the spike protein, and there's data on this, has a tendency to deplete good bacteria in your gut. And since I already had a compromised microbiome and immune system, and I had it back to back 3 times, it depleted my bifidobacteria, which got me like 0, and my Akkermansia. So metabolic health, bifido strains are responsible in your gut for modulating your immune system against viruses, fighting viruses, bacteria, keeping things at bay, which makes sense why Epstein-Barr came out twice for me, plus lichen planus showed up for me, another autoimmune condition, because there's no bifido in there. And bifido, that's the job of bifido, is to keep your immune system in balance and to fight, to keep these viruses under. And we all have viruses, bacteria running through our body, parasites all the time. But our immune system keeps these things in check. But if you don't have the good army to protect you from just living on this planet, stuff is going to come up. So I took a test called Biomesight. They have a research situation for long COVID people. It's $90. I recommend getting a Biomesight test if you have any lingering issues from COVID or you're going through mystery illness, because your gut is reflective in your whole body. Mind-body connection is very important. So, and also low bifido is an issue because bifido is in charge of synthesizing your B vitamins. Ding, ding, ding. So that's how I became so severely B12 deficient, which is crazy to me because I've never had an issue with B12. So I got those results and was like, okay. And then I had an overgrowth of proteobacteria, which is in charge of is autoimmune. It's basically inflammatory disease, gut upset, dysbiosis. So I'm in the process of reestablishing the garden in my gut. And you can get information through Biomesight on how to do that. I highly recommend you work with a functional medicine doctor. You can talk to one of their doctors on the phone. I'm probably going to do that here in a week just to get on track. I work with a kinesiologist. I have a neurologist I'm working with. And he assured me if, nerve damage from neuralgia is from inflammation, right? So if you're having nerve pain and stuff, it's probably from deficiencies, inflammation, mind-body connection. My vagus nerve was severely inflamed because of the viruses, COVID, back to back, Epstein-Barr, all these other things and everything I've been through years ago. And so my mind-body connection was off. So vagus nerve exercises really help as well. And then as far as fighting Epstein-Barr virus, lean into a functional medicine protocol, the medical medium. You can go Western on this, but you'd probably have to work with a virologist because I didn't get any help for Epstein-Barr with the Western. They don't know, the protocol that I have done now 2 times to get Epstein-Barr done. I got the protocol through a kinesiologist who also kind of borderlines a functional medicine doctor. So there's specific things to eat, not eat when you're trying to kill Epstein-Barr. I supplemented with lauricidin pellets, which help detox the virus out. Just remember, if you're detoxing and killing Epstein-Barr, it's going to release endotoxins into your bloodstream and create more symptoms. Part of getting better and through mystery illness, and I've been doing this for years, and then now with long COVID, is that when you're detoxing and you're getting rid of the bad guys in your body, you're going to have more symptoms. Symptoms get worse before they get better. You just have to make sure that you're detoxing properly. Your methylation pathways are open. I have a mutation. I don't absorb B6. I've been on B6 for 5 years, and I figured that out through a kinesiologist too. You can also do it through genetics testing and find out if you have a methylation issue in your body. Because if you have a methylation issue in your body, which a lot of us do, it's a blip. Genetic, it's going to be hard for you to get the bad guys out. You need to get the bad guys out, the viral particles, the toxins, medications, if you're having a vax reaction, if you're floxed, COVID, all that. You got to make sure that your lymphatic system is working and that, your gut, your kidneys, your liver, your lungs, everything is helping aid you in getting through this. So Epstein-Barr protocol helped me, supplementing high doses of B12, liquid, I'll start doing shots soon. It has brought me back to life through long COVID. It was very disabling. I couldn't move and it was very scary and it was neurological. I had POTS symptoms. I had PEM. I am sure I had, chronic fatigue. I had all that. I just, I don't hang on to diagnoses outside of core information like what viruses are activated, what bacteria are present, what's going on in my gut, what's happening in my nervous system. Because if I hang on to that I have POTS is kind of a reaction, not for everybody, but at least for me, the POTS was a reaction to Epstein-Barr and low B12. So vitamin mineral panel. Make sure your numbers are good. Find a functional medicine doctor. Go outside the box. Find someone. I love kinesiology. I found an amazing kinesiologist. Her practice is closed. She's a miracle worker. But you got to find your people. You can keep going into the GP. You go into the emergency room, and they're just going to keep giving you steroids. They're going to give you antibiotics. They're going to give you painkillers. No one's going to help you heal. And you have to replenish your system. And a lot of this starts from the gut. A lot of it is in the gut. And whatever your weakness is, I know some people with long COVID have like lung issues. So there's so many different layers of long COVID. Long COVID is basically COVID itself and the spike protein, possibly in the vaccine, have the ability to mess with our gut microbiome, to find our weaknesses, to create these immune system issues and throw us into dysbiosis. And eventually it could crash us. So just know you're not alone. No one's really talking about it, and it's happening to a lot of people. So I highly recommend Biomesight Gut Test. Make sure that you are taking care of your diet and your supplementation to feed the good guys in your gut. Because disease starts in the gut for a lot of things. If I don't heal my gut, it's been 5 years I've been on this journey, I could be set up for Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, because of the bad bacteria that overgrew, because the good guys got taken out by antibiotics, viruses, and bacteria. So that's my story. I am significantly better. I'm starting to work out. I'm starting to do yoga. I still probably will be recovering the rest of the year. Yes, I'm afraid of COVID, like a lot of us are. I mean, fuck yeah, that thing tried to kill me, I got to be careful with my words, but it disabled me. And I want to share that I got exposed recently directly, and it tried to get me and it didn't get me. So I think if we build our immune systems and against this thing, whether or not you choose to be vaccinated, if it works for you, it works for you. I cannot be vaccinated, so it's not in my wheelhouse, and nor can I take a Paxlovid. So I'm kind of on my own in that regard. I have to figure this out. I'm taking a Sacred 7 mushroom powder every morning in my cacao drink. I've gotten rid of alcohol. I've cut my saturated fat in half, maybe even more animal protein. I'm just on a... Biomesight's really helped, actually. Biomesight has really helped. I think the most important thing here, and I've learned through being floxed, and I'm going to do a different video for that, is that you have to believe that you're going to heal. And it's really hard to believe that when you can't move and you can't work and you're suffering. I know. I've been there several times. It's a nightmare. You're not alone. You gotta have faith. Gotta have faith. You gotta pray. You gotta ask for guidance. You gotta call in the magical practitioners and the information out there for you to heal and get well. Your body wants to be well, but these things out there, these viruses, these antibiotics, these drugs, these vaccines, things disrupt our systems and we crash. But you can heal. I'm doing it. I know several people who have, and it is a lot of work. Oh, also, electrolytes after COVID. I am telling you, I'm on it, electrolytes every day with my Sacred 7 powder, my collagen, my cacao, low caffeine. I do coffee every now and then because I just love it, but I stick to decaf most of the times. I am a smoothie girl. I am building all fiber in my gut, all goodies. And when people don't believe you, push them to the side, okay? Because they're not going to help you get better, and you do not have time to argue with people who don't believe you. You need to stabilize your health as soon as possible, okay? And Epstein-Barr is one of those things that you got to put under because it's very strong and it will take over your life. And know that when you detox from Epstein-Barr, it creates a lot of symptoms. Okay, that's why working with a functional medicine doctor. I think what I'm going to put in this video, I'm going to put links of people that I follow on Instagram, like EBV specialists, functional medicine doctors I follow, the medical medium, even though he's, there's something, his books are very beneficial. Remember, nobody's a god, okay? You are in your body. You are the maestro of your health. You need to listen to your body. You need to ask it if this works for me. And you'll get good at healing yourself and knowing what works. I check in with my body every day. I pray every day. I even use like a little pendulum thing. I ask it, I'm like, can I add another 5 minutes on my workout now? And then I'll ask it. It'll show me as yes or a no. Like, tune in to your body and your guidance to heal. You will have a lot of emotional, spiritual stuff, mental stuff come up while you are ill at this level. Because people won't believe you, because doctors will gaslight you, because you can't function. And now you have to deal with a lot of stuff that you haven't paid attention to emotionally in your body and spiritually or mentally, however you want to look at it. So be patient with yourself and do practices that help you heal, and maybe listen to music that's healing frequencies, watch funny movies, honor yourself, get to nature, ground into nature. And I'm still on the path. I'm not fully healed. I'm totally stable now, but I am in recovery again for like the third time in my life. It all started in 2019 for me, being floxed. But I came into long COVID having the tools and the information and the talented people that I work with, and I'm grateful. So I was able to turn it around in 4 months. It's a real thing. COVID's very disabling, but I think and I know and I believe that we can rebuild our immune systems. We can, okay? Have your Western people, have your Eastern people, have your integrative people. And if money's an issue, because all this stuff costs a lot of money, you aren't alone. In the end, food will heal you, okay? Something like a Biomesight Test is $90, and then you can see how much all that is to start healing yourself. And if you need to raise money because you don't have it to heal integratively, in an integrative way, call in support from higher power to bring resources to you, and maybe a friend will do a GoFundMe for you. Maybe, you know what I mean? Just trust in your faith that you are supported to heal. And I will tell you that higher source, God, however else you think of on this planet, whatever is beyond this and why we're here, if you call on a creator, like, you're gonna get what you need, okay? Because heavenly energy is real, divine energy is real. The sun is very healing. The sun is very healing. Make sure that vitamin D is good, okay? I wish you the best. I'm gonna put all the links, and just what practitioners I worked with, like what kinds of practitioners, and everybody's different. What I did is not going to be what everybody does, but I might have some information for you. My main thing here is to empower you, to tell you that long COVID is like 7 things happening at one time, and you can get to the root. And you got to hit every single one at different times. And it's overwhelming when you have tons of things happening at once and all these diagnoses and all these symptoms. And I mean, my arms and legs, I couldn't feel them. I couldn't sleep. I had to call 911. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, what is going on with me? It is overwhelming. However, in the end, no matter what, if you have 7 different things happening at one time, the golden rule is if you heal the gut and you heal the body and support the body, physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally as well, you're going to heal. So when you have all these things happening at one time, bring them in, see them as all connected. So everything that you do to heal your body will help heal all the things that are happening. And you just have to be patient, and it's always really good. And I did this when I was floxed. You write out your symptoms, everything you're experiencing. You write them all out into a journal. And as each symptom disappears, you check it off. That way you can look 2 months in and you're like, I now don't have 3 or 4 of those symptoms that I used to have, because that will keep you hopeful. Okay? I'm hugging everybody. This is not an easy journey. You are not alone on this journey. I feel like I might be a little bit level of a professional by now. Not something I ever wanted to be a professional at. Seek and you will find the answers. You will find healing. I'm going to post all the links below of everything I did, any information I think that is of value to you. And I wish you progress, okay? Godspeed, everybody. Believe in your healing abilities. Believe in your healing abilities. You are the medicine, okay? You are. Take care. Thank you.